All right, well, if everyone's ready, I would like to call the meeting to order for Monday, August 18th at 6:02 PM. If everyone could please stand up and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Susan, could you please do a roll call?
Yes. Okay, Andres,
Present.
Reardon,
Here.
Layton,
Here.
Jazinski,
Here.
Walsh, Hepmer,
Here.
LaRose, here.
Thank you.
Do we have a sign in over here?
It's right here. It's working its way.
All right. Moving on to the agenda, if everyone could please review it for any conflict of interest, and if there is none, move to approve the agenda.
I make a motion to approve the agenda for Monday, August 18th, 2025, as is.
Second.
All right. Motion made by Layton, supported by Hotmer to approve the agenda as presented for August 18th. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion passed. Moving on to public comment. It does not look like we have any public this evening. Correspondences. There was an email from Beth on the Camp Graylock
Oh, yep.
park there. Yeah, and then there's the new office manager email that was sent out, so I think that's the only two I had. All right. Moving on to reports. Garrison, could you please give us a treasurer's report?
Yeah, you'll see it on page 3 there. Looks like we've spent about $29,000 of our $111,000 budget, so plenty of money still left to go. Most of that's like the attorney, engineering fees, contract services. So hopefully we can get plans drawn up for dog park and things like that, and we'll spend some of that money before year end. This might be a Sam question. There's $7,500 for the food security incubator supplies. We've only spent $612. Are you going to spend that? Is that farm market stuff?
Yeah, so the contract for seeds managing it will come out of that, as well as the power of produce. So as the kids spend those dollars, that'll come out of that, and then the supplies for all the different activities come out of that as well.
Okay. As long as it gets spent, that sounds good to me. That's all I got.
All right, thank you. All right, moving on to staff report. Sam?
Yeah, so unfortunately and regretfully, I have to announce that Dan has resigned. So we have listed the grounds and maintenance position. It's posted on the website. There's also a posting for a facilities and recreation coordinator, with the idea that there would be one or the other, right? The facilities and recreation coordinator would handle a lot of the duties of that grounds maintenance person. We have both available to see what applications we get. We're obviously understanding that like Dan's time with us is limited, and that we need somebody to continue to steward our land and the parks. So
Is that posted?
it is posted. It's on the website right now under employment, under, I believe it's the government tab.
Are they both part-time?
No, the grounds and maintenance position would be a part-time position, but then the facilities and recreation coordinator, if we went that route, would be a full-time. So it's a kind of unique role in that it has some of the grounds and maintenance, has the ground and maintenance responsibilities, but it also would be staffing the parks, implementing the master plan, kind of being more of a full-time person to kind of coordinate all that.
So are both those positions online?
They're both online, yes, under government, and then if you look under the employment tab. And then with regard to Jen's Park and the bench, it will be installed shortly. They will fill the area near it, similar to how we do in the rest of the parks with wood chips that are ADA. And there was additional poison ivy removal completed by Seeds recently. There was only a little bit of it kind of spotting up after the initial removal, so we had them go take care of that. On the topic of wood chips, so it was completed last year and none was needed this year, so that's for all of the different playgrounds and throughout the park system. That it was kind of looking like it might be like a 2 to 3 year cycle, so we'll have them reevaluate again next year and kind of see how that plays out. There was autumn olive and honeysuckle removed from Killingsworth recently, and they planted a few flats of native common and butterfly milkweed to help bolster the ecosystem.
What was the first one?
Native common and butterfly milkweed. They're supposed to bolster the ecosystem where they
They're
took
both
the
great.
invasive shrubs out.
I don't know what native common is.
Native
I-
is just like, they are both common and butterfly milkweed are.
Oh.
native.
Oh,
Gotcha.
I see. I said that weird.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was
I
just,
said that and read that weird in the
Yes.
email. Got
Sound like
it.
two different kinds.
Thank you.
no, it's,
I didn't
it's all
know.
about
I was
milkweed.
very confused at what the common was as well, but I was like, I think they're the experts, so.
yeah.
But no, I understand. The common one, yes. Okay. Thank you for clarifying. I don't know if I mentioned this, but there was a new ADA porta potty delivered to Pine Grove Park.
Oh,
So
nice.
I didn't know if I had mentioned that. It was a while ago, but I wanted to make sure you guys knew that had happened. And then for the game night, about 30 people attended the event. We had 5 commissioners attend that event. One helped set up ahead of time. Thank you, Sue. And we had, ice cream was a hit. We stayed within the budget, and I guess the question that I would put to you guys is like how you felt the event went, and if it's something that you guys want to continue next year.
There was a sign left, there was a sign left up.
Did
and
you
I put
grab
it in
it?
the shed.
Oh, thank you. 'cause
It's at Grace in the
I've-
shed.
I've been trying to track it down, but I assumed one of you took it. because- but that was not a place I looked. But yeah. So yeah, and then as far as the 3 Mile Trail, Segment 1 and the parking lot area over there is fully funded and on track for installation in 2026. There's some funding coming available through a brownfield TIF to also do trail connections with the housing development and the Conservancy property with their headquarters. So that will connect a lot of residential up with that 3 Mile Trail extension that we're doing. And then we're making headway with the funding for Segment 2, which is the second chunk of that would get it completed up to Hammond Road, with multiple applications for various grants and funding going on. And then
Hold on, 2026, we'll start parking lot?
Segment 1 to the parking lot on 3 Mile Road. So it comes up where it currently ends at South Airport, and it'll be the first segment of it, and then there's a park and ride before it gets to the Conservancy property. And that one was funded through a grant recently, so
Is
that's.
that part of the funding one?
Parking ride right there?
Yeah, for Segment 1, yeah.
For segment one?
So
parking.
And then-
from the end to the conservative parking lot?
No, not quite. There's going to be a second parking lot and in between like the Conservancy and where it currently ends, essentially. You can find the updated map that shows what Segment 1 is on the Tart Trails website. I should probably have printed that for you guys. But they have that updated map on there that shows what Segment 1 will entail, and they may even have the parking lot proposed design, I'm not sure.
I think we did get a map this last time.
But ever since Segment 1 was like officially funded, they've updated the map to show that as like, here's what we've funded so far for 2026, and then the extension that's still being worked on.
Segment 2 is like all the boardwalk
Yeah,
stuff to the Conservancy and through the.
and then through the Conservancy and up to Hammond and
Yeah.
that big next chunk. Potentially 2 or 3, I've heard them say, so we'll see. But, yeah, so making progress on the funding for that second segment. And then as far as Safe Routes to School goes, the Safe Routes to School infrastructure is currently fully funded if it comes in at the engineer's estimate. And the township has currently contributed all the design fees for the engineering work to date and through the completion of the project. And so that looks like the Safe Routes to School grant that was received, but also the RAP grant, the Rotary Charities grant, and the Olson Foundation contributed funds to that, so we are working on that and working on getting that completed. Holiday Woodlands Natural Area, in September, we'll have the report for you guys, as well as a presentation by Beckett and Rader. And then the dog park, the survey was done either this week or last week, or was scheduled to be done this week or last week, and there's more information to come on that after the survey's done. They'll work on kind of getting some preliminary designs together for that. And then at your next meeting, just something to expect, we'll have the draft budget for 2026 for you guys to discuss. And that's it, sorry. I should have done a theme. That was a lot.
All good, thank you. All right,
Game night went well. My one thing for next year is I think we be a little bit more free ice cream promotion. It's like there was people, there was a woman with her 3 kids playing next to me. I was like, you guys got ice cream yet? And I felt weird because I didn't know if she didn't want to give her kids sugar. So she's like, oh no. I'm like, it's free. I'm like, oh, it is? And then they ran right over there. I feel like if we advertise that, more people would probably just show up just for ice cream.
Then we have a sign in the pavilion.
It said on the sidewalk, don't forget your ice cream, but
Yeah.
it never really implied that we were picking up the bill. And I think if we did that, it would just take that guesswork out of it. And if we did it ahead of time, on the flyers, ice cream provided by the township, then I think more people would come. Free food always brings the crowds.
Yeah.
Or even a little at the ice cream truck, even a little sign, compliments of East Bay Township tonight, or something like
Yeah, I
that.
like that. On the truck.
On the truck, yeah.
I know the website, when you went to the website, there's a pop-up.
Yeah,
Free ice
I
cream.
added that.
Oh, nice.
It's, yeah.
So other than that, yeah, that was my only thing.
No, I thought it was a good turnout. No, I didn't do a whole lot. Kind of was not capable, but
We'll get a pickleball demonstrator, I will.
Oh, yeah, I was going to
We
say,
will.
I feel like that
I'll
was
have
a
it
apparent, I missed it last year, but
Maybe I'll do it.
it seemed like that was a hit last year, and it wasn't a thing this year.
it just was a quiet night at the park, though, because last
really
week when I
was.
drove by,
Weirdly
the
quiet.
whole place was packed, and there's people parked in the entrance.
That was very strange for me to show up in the parking lot and be the only car
Yeah.
there. I've been there throughout the day, different times of the day, this whole summer, and I'm never the only person there. And I pulled in and you pulled in right after me, and I was like, there's nobody here. What's going on?
Yeah.
It
I think it was just because it was so warm,
was so hot.
yeah, that day.
And our signage, we're locked in on Thursdays now, right? Because our signage says Thursday.
Yes,
Yeah.
you are locked in on
Yeah, that's.
at least a Thursday. It doesn't have to be the
I
first
think we're trying
Thursday.
to cross-promote the market, too.
Yeah, and I did see some families down there with kids that had been at the market that I told about the game night, and
Oh,
then
good.
I saw them down there, and so, yeah, that was a good way to do that.
I mean, either way, it was a decent turnout, so. All right. Moved on to geocaching subcommittee. We have not met. I think our next meeting's in November. There's nothing new on the geocaching front unless Garrison has something.
No?
All right. Moving on to the Food Security Advisory Committee. You guys have anything?
There hasn't been any meetings necessarily since our last.
Yeah, there
me-
has.
Oh, yeah. Yes, we updated our mission statement. I apologize. So we have an updated mission statement, and we allowed for crafts temporarily. We're going to check it out, which leads into the next thing, which is that we're having a craft combo market on September 4th. So we'll be allowing for some craft vendors at that market to see how that works, see if we like how that looks with crafts and the food together, with the potential opportunity for us to include up to one craft vendor per so many food vendors next year. So it won't be inundated with crafts, but allow for a little bit of diversity. And the Power of Produce program is going really well. We have 9 students in that, or kids in that. 9 and plus a honorary member who's a 3-year-old sibling of one of our participants who comes. So she's not officially part of the program, but she's always there, so it's great. And we've had we have had the Conservancy come for a pollinator demonstration. We've had the Department of Health and Human Services was just here last week to talk about hydration and the importance of drinking safe water. We've had, who else has showed? Oh, Seeds did a no-cook recipe demonstration where they brought, they did caprese skewers, shaved frozen peaches with honey. I forget, there was one other thing, but they also did it in tandem with the library, showcasing like that the library has tools that you can rent for cooking and that they have recipe books that you can be rented. Things like that. So we've had a lot of really cool community partnerships. We've got a composting event coming up this week, so there'll be worms, which will be super fun. Even some grandparents that have started to just attend with their grandkids, which is kind of cute. And then one woman came up to me after the pollinator one, and she goes, "I'm a retired educator, and I've never seen such like engaged kids, and this is so great, and I love this whole thing." And so that was a pretty cool compliment from like a retired teacher. So yeah, that's kind of the update on those.
We are also thinking about adding face paint and massage on
yeah.
like kind of a special basis. Because I don't know, 10-minute massage, I'm always looking for 10 minutes. Is there someplace convenient that I could just get this not worked out? So,
I think it was like with the idea that they'd be done in tandem, like the game night would be a great opportunity for the face paint. Like a health night where we did like a blood drive could be a great night to have the massage so like as long as it aligns with the purpose.
Sure.
Sounds like a good idea. All right. If there's no more on that, we can move to the approval of the minutes from July 21st, 2025.
Can I make a motion to approve the minutes for the meeting that was held Monday, July 21st, as it was presented?
I'll support that.
like far down the list.
Yeah.
All right, motion made by LaRose, supported by Andrus, to approve the minutes from Monday, July 21st, 2025. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion passed. All right, business before the Parks Commission, there's none tonight, but just probably should start thinking about budget items for next month's meeting. Think about all of our plans that we have coming up and what's obtainable, so just come prepared with ideas. And
Could we also add for September's meeting to maybe review the pavilion rentals for the last 2 to 3 years?
yeah,
Look at how many times, what times were they, and maybe sort of look at that we could possibly maybe do some improvements next year in certain pavilions to make them more wanted to be rented, or something like that.
Yeah, I think pretty consistently Grace McDonald is rented almost all summer. I think it's really challenging to get in there. Killingsworth, I would have to find out how often that is
Yeah, it'd be
occupied.
kind of fun to see how we could maybe come up with some better suggestions for the other parks to maybe want to have the need to rent.
yeah, and then
I don't know.
if Dan had any more concerns with messes or whatnot, I know the confetti and stuff has been an issue, but if there was any other issues that we're not aware of.
I know Dan was hanging up some hangers on the pavilion for like people to actually purposefully hang things rather than just willy-nilly put nails wherever. And I think we were looking at adding, I know we changed a little bit of like, we sent out, we were starting to give them garbage bags and different things like that to try and help with the garbage situation. And I think we added like the no glitter, no confetti somewhere, so I can find out about that as well.
Okay. Yeah, some of that might change next year too when we do the pavilion upgrade. So have to reevaluate the hanging and whatnot. Some different rules too. So,
We also, Sam, in our packet have the revision, or the closest, newest updated of our priorities. Yeah, that'd be a little bit easier.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
all right. Yes, moving on to public comment. There's still no public this evening. Does anyone have anything else?
No?
All right. Our next regular meeting would be Monday, September 15th, 2025.
And then do we have someone already committed to the quarterly for the township board representatives?
That'd be in October.
I will look.
And we should have, because we talked
We
about
do.
that at
I
the
know we
beginning of the
do.
year. We all signed up for,
I think Garrison, didn't you and I sign up for
I haven't done
October?
one yet, so I feel like it
Yeah,
gotta be.
I think you and I signed up for October like we did last year.
Okay.
Forgot it on my computer.
What date, can you give me the date, Sam? October what?
Give me 1 second, and I will tell you exactly how it's going. It is the 13th of October, and yes, I have Garrison and
Yeah,
Stephanie.
I got it on my calendar, 6:30.
Yes, 6:30.
Yep,
They meet at 6:30.
I wrote my Michigan Grant Fund in my notes.
For what?
You want us to
Or-
tell you why?
Yeah, I could,
Do they have a lot? No, it's a website. I think it's a website that has a lot of grants. Because we talked about it at the advisory committee.
I think I've seen that website. Yes, My Funding Hub. Is that what you're talking about? The
It-
MI? as in
MI,
Funding Hub?
Michigan Grant Fund. That must be, must be like just a search
Yeah,
engine.
I think it's just like I know of one similar, but I don't, that's not coming up when I Google it.
Well, I probably wrote it down wrong.
All right. So yeah, Stephanie and Garrison will be attending the board meeting on October 13th, and our regular meeting would be September 15th. If there's nothing else, we can move to adjourn the meeting. All right. Meeting's adjourned at 6:23 PM.
Second.